All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. Today we are continuing our ongoing Twilight 2000 campaign. The Twilight 2000 campaign is nearly 5 years old, and we've been running the latest sessions maybe for about a little over a year online, recording them and putting them on YouTube. So here is I call the story Tales of the Free Krakow Coalition, and I'll introduce my players, and you can tell me your main and any other uh, auxiliary player characters you might have. So first we have Amy.
Hello, I play Kasha and her husband Florian Filipovich, and I play anyone else I'm asked to. Volkov, Diaz, Brian, any of them.
Yep. And next we have Vince.
Hello, I'm Vince. I primarily play Rupert Kunz, who is a German vehicle commander, as well as I used to sidekick Stephen Reed, who was part of the recon unit for the Marines. And so he's kind of a wet work asset.
And we decided that the Marines, that recon unit that Reed and Garcia had put together with the Marines rescued from the Marines of Warsaw and a few other stragglers, they were going to move. They had heard that there was a recall to go home out of Bremenhaven. Cargo ship was going home out of Bremenhaven, and they were going to head out that way and travel through Western Poland and then through Germany to the port and see what it looks like and see if they can get a passage home. So that's going to be another tale, so like a spin-off of the Tales of the Free Krakow Coalition. And so that's what's going to happen with them. And with these guys, we'll see. We'll see what I have an idea where I want to go to get to, like the end of sort of season 1, chapter 1, even though it's been like 5 years or so, and then take a break and start something else, either more Twilight 2000, since I really like the game, but a different theater. I've done various theaters at conventions. I did one set in Texas in the U.S., Red Star Lone Star, like a one shot, but of course you don't finish. And then had a pretty satisfying ending starting in the Swedish theater. And I think, I can't remember, do you remember the name of it, Amy, that you played in?
I do not.
But I started in the Swedish theater, but it was kind of a horror supernatural tale, which was pretty cool. So that could be an option as well. Anyway, does someone want to let me know what happened last time? So if you can see my little thing, these are the rules. This is the Twilight 2000 rule set that we're using, the box set from Free League. And I just wanted to pull out on my shelf the original Twilight 2000 cover right here from GDW by Frank Chadwick et al. Frank Chadwick, etc. Yeah, John Astle, John Harriman, Lauren Weissman, etc. by GDW way back. So that's the original. All right. So now someone can tell me what happened last time, and I'll switch us to where we're at.
Alrighty. Vince, do you want to tell him, or you want me to tell him?
In the Strodemirsch, so downtown.
That is a good question. Let's see. If you want, you can go ahead, and then I'll sprinkle in other details that we may have overlooked.
Okay. Well, we started off with getting everybody together, and Florian called his brother Julian last 2 episodes ago. So Julian talked it over with his wife Maria, and they are he's the Wargrave of Cilicia, and his wife Margrave, who happens to be Florian's brother.
Warlord, yep.
Well, Florian doesn't like the word warlord. Anyway, so Julian placed a call to Florian and said that Maria told him to apologize, and they agreed that they're going to come for Christmas to Krakow.
See the Black Madonna, steal it? I don't know. No.
Anyways, Florian doesn't have a whole lot of trust in his brother right at the moment, so he'll probably have to go figure that one out. But anyway, so he and Rupert and Volkov decided to go hunting to get extra meat for Christmas. So they went off hunting and they were pretty successful. They ended up with a boar, which gave them 14 units, a moose that gave them 28 units. However, while this was going on, an A10 warthog was spotted. And when they went up on top of a hill, they saw like a camp of soldiers. And was it Chechnya?
No, they were Czech, I think.
Czechs. And the A-10 Warthog came and blew a whole bunch of stuff up and flew off back to a base that, at least that's what we're assuming, is a pretty rare sight because you don't see planes very close to Krakow and Silesia anymore. So they went in, they captured some of the people that were injured, patched them up, and now they're taking them back to Krakow. And as they were heading back, they spoke to one of the survivors who said El Pava is running the area over there, and he wanted to set up a false flag to see if they couldn't get Silesia and Krakow to fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's about where we ended.
And the message came out of Lublin,
yeah.
Anything else you need to add or can add, Vince? Or?
I think that's most of it. And then we had our own hunting party and all that fun stuff, but I think we're going to get into that here momentarily.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, you bring those people back, right? It's not a problem. You bring the food back. Well, this was probably...
We called for the ambulance to come up so that if they were too injured, we could treat them there. Plus, it'd be nice to have something else to put everything on, except I think we took horses, didn't we?
Probably took horses.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So, yeah, well, that is all. And I think that was kind of the beginning of December. There's snow on the ground. It's relatively cold. So, okay. But yeah, it's no problem doing that, getting back. It's uneventful. You get back to Krakow, and I guess we can talk to these people and try to piece things together. I don't know what you want to do.
Well,
probably best to talk with them first and then reach out to contacts, I think.
Yes.
Oh, did you actually roll a check for something, Rupert?
No, that was a test.
We're just testing things.
Okay.
We apologize to our viewers. There's technical issues with Roll20 that you can't see the numbers on the dice unless we go over them, but my dice are set to 3D dice, so you'll get to see some dice rolled.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I put in a ticket already to see what's going on with the character sheet. It's not translating.
That's okay.
The pictures.
I know that when we originally got we're capturing them, none of us are in our normal gear, like our Free Krakow gear. We're kind of dressed down. So I'm assuming they might not have an idea who we are yet until they get back, except they probably would figure it out when an ambulance shows up, but maybe not. You never know.
Right. Okay.
But we do have to do some healing on Volkov, I believe.
I think he only took stress.
I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like he only took stress, so there's no problem. You can
take his stress away.
Mm-hmm.
Who else got hit?
No one got hit, right? You guys didn't get hit at all.
No, but I thought something happened. Was it Rupert got an injury? Someone got an injury.
Did Rupert get injured? But by now it's taken care of.
Yeah, I would say not that I'm aware of. I know he might have been stressed because I know he had to push some rolls that were not that lucky.
Okay, then everyone's up to par there. Kasha doesn't have to be mad at anybody coming back injured.
No, I don't think so.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I'm
So,
assuming Volkov came back.
yep. All right. So, what do you guys want to do, or to deal with these people? I guess that's the question.
Well, Rupert, do you want to talk to them first, or
Rupert will be observing. He is not that great at comes to talking or gathering information that way. He's better at tapping into comms and a few other things.
okay? Well, Kasia would then ask Rupert and Florian to stay in the room, and she'll talk to them.
Okay.
And,
So,
and I guess we'll play good cop, bad cop.
they can just model that as a persuade.
Okay.
Right.
So Kasia would ask him, "What are you doing here? I know they said, false flag. The only false flag I've ever seen was the one that doesn't get planted somewhere. Please explain."
They repeat more or less what they said. Is that
And
one of them? Oh,
8 and a 2.
yeah, you got an 8. Yeah. See, so that's one success. They kind of repeat what they said, that they had orders to and they had a tank actually, and some that they didn't know that Krakow had an American flying tank thing, the A-10, and yeah, they were there. They had a tank, and they were going to cause some problems. I guess he admits, I think it's kind of crazy, but that's what we were told to do. And our warlord wants to just destabilize Cilicia.
For what reason? Why do you want to upset Cilicia? They have troops and armies and guns. It seems not logical.
Says, I do not. I guess that whoever, from what I overheard, maybe, I don't know. I cannot speculate. I'm just a lowly soldier, but maybe they don't like the idea that Krakow and Cilicia are going to be friends. Whoever, those Libulin people.
What do you mean, the Lublin people? Who are you talking to in Lublin?
I don't know exactly, but I think probably, GRU, KGB, Russians definitely. I heard Russian.
I am Russian, and I was not in Lublin.
I don't think it was a woman's voice.
I would hope not, because we're a very different group. Anyways, it is too late in the season for you to travel back home. You are welcome to stay here, with or without bindings. Depends on if you are going to cause problems. Can I trust you?
I mean, you can have them under guard at the hospital in the castle down here. Not a problem. I mean, they say, sure, you can trust us, but if you let the general know and let the powers that be know, even Florian's not going to want to leave them to their own devices.
No, we will not. Kasia wants to talk to Rupert and Florian and Volkov and them and say, should we ask them to get in touch with this gentleman? I'm using that word very lightly, El Pava, and tell them that they just barely got away with their lives and their entire area is blown up, or do we not want to say anything and let them see the devastation? Mr. Average German?
Just German.
I can't call you big little. You said you're average. Big and little.
Big little cancels out. Just call it German. Just use my name. There's no need for a shorter name. Rupert is short. It's 2 syllables.
All right, Rup. What do you think?
I think getting some information about that person, trying to get a hold of them would be great, but I think also trying to reach out in context for this person, maybe people have heard of him through Krakow. But we got to be covert about it. I don't want them to. If there are ears here, more than likely they are. I don't want them to get spooked. That's the thing.
Yes, that is true. Should we let Silius know what is going on? Should I have Florian contact Julian? Or should I contact Maria? She's a little bit more sane than her husband.
Well, I mean, Julian wasn't. No, Julian's not there. He wasn't there with the hunting party.
No, they are
No,
in
no, no.
Silius.
They're still in Cilicia. Yeah.
But
Um,
perhaps we can, shall we say, flush them out if we pretend that they are heading our way?
we could, but it will be best to have. Well, Rupert would recommend that we would have to scan channels if we're going to do that. Try to pick up any kind of chatter along the way.
Okay. Why do you not, you and Aldona can look at channels, listen to them very well, because you're very good at that. And maybe Florian and I can call Julian and alert him to what is going on and see if their people know anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you think good
Sounds
idea?
good.
Good idea?
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds great.
You can take Volkov with you, because Volkov was the name of the GRU that the Russians were in contact with in Lublin.
We can. I mean,
So
I doubt if we're going to try to talk on the. I doubt if we're going to talk on the channel.
No, not at all. But
All right. Yeah. So just go ahead and give me a tech roll. It'll
Okie dokie.
mirror, the investigating. Just say let's do it like the time frame being like a week. Right. Okay. Well, that's a 9. That's a success.
So it's a 9 and a 5.
And a 5. Yep. That's a success. So what are you looking for? You're just kind of scanning the channel for
Trying to pick up any kind of chatter or trying to have any kind of hostility to either them moving or reporting of them moving. Trying to figure out if they're being watched and information is being relayed.
who's being watched.
Yeah.
Who?
Silius or
Celeste?
Krakow?
Yeah. So ideally, we're gonna be telling Julian about it, and then see about if he's starting to like fake coming out here to see if those movements are being tracked.
Okay.
Or if his spies might know something. Because Florian thinks perhaps maybe this group is the one that also attacked his nephew. Because they killed Julian's brother, his son, oldest son, I believe.
Middle son, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Middle or oldest, I don't know. Still Florian's nephew. So do you...
You don't. Well, there is some chatter, but you don't get anything directed at Cilicia. But there's definitely communication, but can't quite pinpoint it. Or as soon as you think you have something within the course of that first week of December, it gets switched, or it's too coded for you to understand.
Communication out of
just
Lublin?
random.
Out of Lublin? Or out of the Czech Republic to Lublin?
No, in the area of Cilicia.
Cilicia? Okay.
Yeah.
So can Kasia and Florian call Julian?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it's December, say 7th.
Okay.
Or that week. You can contact them. Yeah, you contact them. I mean, you don't need to.
It's a 1 and a 6.
So 6 is a success.
Yes. So that was to get the radio so that Florian can talk to Julian.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're able to get in contact with them.
Kasia would like to say hello to Maria as well, but
Well, they seem definitely friendlier.
yes, Florian wants to tell Julian we intercepted people. They were trying to get you to attack us or us to attack you. And they said their orders were coming out of Lublin. Have you heard anything?
No, but we were always wary about Spetsnaz, and their GRU masters or KGB masters, whoever, their flavor of the day. What did they? I think Julian's pretty smart.
I would hope so. Rupert, do you have any questions for Julian?
Not really. I think everything's kind of been said, and then just kind of watching, keeping an eye out.
Mm-hmm. So, Julian, do you think this group could be the one that attacked you and your son?
He hasn't heard anything. Neither has Maria. Oh no, wait, is that that's an 8? So no, she's kind of asking around if she hasn't heard anything at all.
That is okay. We can talk about it when you get here.
And Julian says, "Well, don't worry, we're not going to bring a tank. Just a UAZ and a couple APVs, an honor guard of sorts.
Do you think
so, two squads, and then myself, Maria, and the children."
Okay. Do you think you need to put your tanks and stuff out in front of Silius or on that side to protect from the Czech Republic?
He says says Major Stanislav is Major Stronsky is also going to come. He is my personal bodyguard.
Okay. Well, we will see you when you get here. We have one person still here with us that, shall we say, we have kept him quite happily here in Krakow. That was sort of working with the Russian 20th. So maybe he knows something. I will also ask him questions, and I will give you answer when you get here.
Okay.
And by that, I'm referring to the one that he's not exactly kidnapped. He's not exactly being held against his will, but not really with him. His exact excitement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting you his name. He was the Zempolit. The Zempolit?
Who?
The Zempolit?
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'll get him his name here.
I mean, I could keep going.
Gortner.
Gortner, yes.
Yeah, he's back. He's at the castle, but you could have had him brought down.
Well, we would for Christmas anyways. Trying to let bygones.
It's also, well,
it's cold.
They're happy to keep him at the castle under guard. He's a prisoner.
Well, I guess we could travel there quickly.
Or he could just be brought down to Krakow, keep everyone consolidated.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you think that's a good person to also interrogate again, Rupert?
Yeah, something.
It wouldn't hurt. Any information is better than no information at this point. Just to backtrack to make sure it couldn't be someone else that we've encountered in the past making a surgeons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you bring him down, and you can talk to him.
Yes, talk to Gortner.
So you can use command or, which is like intimidate or persuasion.
Um, let's see. I have an AB in command and an AA in persuasion. I guess we could try persuasion, and if that doesn't work, Rupert can beat him up.
Okay.
Yes, Rupert? No, Rupert?
I'll use knowledge. I'll use all my tech and blather him
You're gonna blather him.
with all the science jargon I know of communications.
It's an 11 and a 12.
Oh wow, 11 and a 12.
Yes, a 12 on a 12 and an 11 on a 12.
Okay, wow. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to beat that. All right, so I guess putting him in prison for a couple of months has jarred his memory or loosened his tongue. But he says that he did hear of a plot. And they wanted to make another attempt to assassinate Julian, but he doesn't know how they would do it or what they would do. He says there's definitely be Spetsnaz. Volkov is the leader, but he has a couple other sort of sub commanders under him.
Do you know their names?
Yes, a Captain Fedorenko, but he is a big bruising bully of a man, I have heard.
Okay.
Obviously, I do not know these people or have met these people personally, but this is only what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Right, through channels. That is why you tricked me with your Volkov.
But you are alive, are you not? And I wish, you know.
I'm sure if they knew. I'm sure if they knew that they would make sure I was unalived.
That is up to you, but I thought you said you had a family you want to return to. If you do not wish to return and you have no family, when things blow over, you can maybe stay here. We have to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
That is not my decision alone. That would have to be everybody's decision. But do you think this Captain Fedorenko is the only other person that Volkov was talking to?
No, there's another one, Lieutenant Gulashev.
Lieutenant Gulashev?
They call him Papa Gulashev. He is known for his ability to infiltrate. I do not know why they call him Papa.
You've never met any of them?
I've heard that he is good at chess.
At chess.
But apparently he has been to your city. He has been here to Krakow.
Recently, I assume. Rupert, did you not play chess with somebody at an Ostrovia?
Ostrovia. Did I?
The bar?
I think I did.
I thought you did. I don't remember who you played with, but perhaps they are one and the same.
Possibly. I could certainly try to.
You could ask around. Yeah, you could ask around. Cool.
Maybe that would be a good one to ask. Not Tanya, or maybe Tanya. Tanya is the dancer, right?
Yeah.
Maybe ask Tanya if she knows anything. But do you think, Mr. Gortner, if you called up there and said that you witnessed this group getting destroyed by an A-10, that they would give you any information? Or do you feel as though they already know that the 20th has been dismantled?
I don't know what they know. I can talk to them.
Can I trust you?
Probably not.
Thank you for being honest. Then perhaps that's not the way to go. What do you think, Rupert?
Don't know. If he's honest, that means we should kind of trust him, but he says not to trust him. Now I'm confused.
He is big little Russian. Very confusing.
So he's just Russian.
He's average Russian, yes.
Got it. So don't trust Russians. Got it.
Not all of them.
Wait, now I'm confused.
I am only half Russian. You can trust me.
Wait, do I round up or down? I don't know anymore.
Round more Polish than Russian, I guess.
Don't know to round. How do I round? Up or down?
Whichever way you wish. But I don't know. Maybe best thing to do is to call our contact in Lupulin and see what he thinks, or should we?
That'll probably be the best starting point.
Okay. Then we will do that.
The Libulin?
In Lublin. We have a contact there.
Yep.
And he's
Okay.
very nice. If I remember correctly, he's very nice. He fought with us.
Yeah, Libulin set people.
Yes, they did. The other person we can ask is Ropeki. He is supposed to be overseeing Krakow, and the general needs to know this was going down as well.
Yeah. Well, the general is I guess he's kind of excited.
Excited about what? Being attacked? Possibly being attacked?
No, excited about, I don't know if excited is the word.
He seemed pleased that he can command a greater Ormo.
Because I do not, he wants to, he says, is this going to be like a summit?
What do you mean? It is a Christmas festival.
Well, are we going to have a summit?
Do you wish to have a summit? And do you mean because Cilius is coming over, you want a summit?
Yes.
Okay. We could all talk to Julian. If you want, we can call it a summit. We can do that.
Mhm.
And at the same time, you can assure him that his safety is a priority of ours. And I would like to get on radio to try and get a hold of Lupulin. To talk to our contact up there.
Okay.
I do not remember his exact name, but I could look up if you need.
Some sort of Dimitri.
And no, it's not Dimitri. Let me pause for our viewers so I can look up the name. And then we will be back in a blink of an eye. But they have plenty of time to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. I'll be right back. Paused.
All right.
All right, so it is Lieutenant Skorsky.
Gorski. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you contact him,
That's the
I
plan.
guess someone roll a tech.
How about Rupert?
Rupert's on the way.
The normal German, not big, not little, not average. Normal. Normal, regular German.
2 and then a 3. Can I push?
Yes, you can
Yeah.
push it.
7 and
it's 2
8.
successes. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you're able to contact him.
Yay. Lieutenant Skorsky. This is Kasia. We were up in Warsaw. We fought with you. I have
Yes, it is. It is good to hear from you. How is your winter coming?
It is coming rather snowy. I'm trying to be funny, but I am not that funny.
Because well,
That's
things
about
in
right.
Libulin have taken a turn. As you know, it was always under martial law. Um, they were more than happy to help push out this warlord in Warsaw, but it seems that 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 KGB group that is well entrenched here. They're at the castle, Zamek Castle.
Do you need us to come and help with that?
Um, I think things are going to come to a head sooner rather than later, but I will let you know.
I definitely
So they
agree.
kept some of those Ukrainians. Well, most of them went home. Some of them stayed.
Good. Are they helping you? They are good
Uh,
people.
well, I think the KGB hired them or is paying them or something.
The
So anyway,
leader.
they're between 50 and 100 experienced troops, and then the KGB uses some of our troops, and our commander, theoretically, Colonel Grabowski, is in command, but he has these. He lets the KGB use us sometimes for detached duty. Um,
Hmm.
so it is a situation.
Well, Rupert, you remember Rupert and Florian and Volkov? They were out hunting for meat for winter, and they came across a group that Elpava sent to try and start fight between Silius and Krakow. They said their leader, his name is Volkov, and that he is up there. He was told to get them to attack us. Have you heard this too?
No, but I can see what I can find out. I will
Because
contact you
he gave me names of
soon.
Captain Fedorico and Lieutenant Gulaskis. He's apparently very good at chess.
Okay.
Rupert is good at chess. Maybe he would like to come down for chess tournament. I don't know. What do you
I
think,
dabble.
Rupert? He
I
dabbles.
dabble, but I mean, I can always, if there's time, I can certainly try to make time.
Yes. So I mean, if they wish to talk to us, we can.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We
Well,
will
he
talk.
contacts you a couple days later.
Mm-hmm.
I did some rolls here in the background. He contacts you a couple days later um, on that same channel,
Mm-hmm.
the same frequency that you used, and he says I cannot talk long. I'm sure I've tried not to be suspicious, but I'm sure I'm being watched, or I was almost caught. I did visit the castle. There does seem to be uh, General Vasily Surov is the head of the local KGB. Surov seems to be trying to influence Libulin against uh, against what you are trying to do in southern Poland. There is definitely something going to try to happen this winter. Not from us. We are not a force or anything, but something like some KGB operation.
Hmm. I will see what we can do.
Okay?
Are you safe? Should we maybe send some
Because
ammo?
we'll be fine. There's enough of us that don't really care for KGB influence. Like I said, something is going to happen sooner rather than later.
Well, if you feel yourself in need, you are always welcome here in Krakow. We will
But
give you safety.
we have allies
Yes.
nearby in Krasnik as well, and of course in Sandomir if need be.
Yes. If you need more, do you know the frequency to reach us? We will be there.
And Deblin as well. Well, Deblin, yeah, so more or less like the outlying towns that are under Lubulin's influence do not care for the
The
KGB
KGB.
influence. Yeah, which is
Mm.
Kreshnik. Well, Sandomir's isn't. That's that one place on the river, but Kresnik and Devlin is where you met this guy, and
Yes.
Pulsvi, Pulavi, they're not. You know, but that's what he tells you. All right, interesting,
Well,
interesting things that might be happening in Eastern Poland.
well, keep us informed. If you need our help, we stand ready to help our ally. You
Okay.
are our ally.
All right. So, well, you let Julian know to be careful.
Yes.
Maria, they'll let you know when they leave. I don't know if you want to escort them or what you want to do with that, but
Well, I think, which way are they going to come? The same way as they
the
normally
same
do?
way, yeah, the same way that they did before.
Then I think Kasia would invite Rupert and Florian and Volkov to go meet them. Just in jeeps and stuff, not anything super big, but we will take weapons just in case.
So you're gonna head out. You're gonna head out to meet them in a
Yeah.
jeep or anything or a APV
Maybe in one of the BTRs. What do you think, Rupert?
or the Svalpanzer and a BTR.
I think I don't want to go too heavy. BPR would be a well. The BMP is what we normally take, right? That's the ambulance, so to speak.
No, the BMP is like what Diaz's been driving.
Okay,
Right.
got it.
The BTR is like
That
I think you guys have three. You guys have three, at least three BTRs or OT60s,
Okay.
60 whatever is in the group.
I'm thinking
We can-
maybe jeeps, something not to seem quite so.
You have two M113s. You have the Svalpanzer, three BTRs, a BMP, three tanks.
I'm thinking of a BTR, the Spoklux, and then if you want a Jeep or something.
Just those two vehicles, I think, will be fine.
The Florida
Okay,
will
we
go in
can
the
do that.
BTR then.
Yeah, we'll be in the BTR. Volkov
Yeah,
wants
so
to.
one of Volkov's BTR, so Volkov, Florian,
Yeah,
and
Kasia, the kids, and
I wouldn't take the kids.
why?
Florian doesn't want to take the kids. I know she's bringing their kids, but
All right,
I put
They-
ours in danger.
they can stay
And
with
maybe-
Leo.
And Florian says maybe you should stay in Krakow too.
Why?
If there are assassins on the road,
I have almost lost you once in my life. I am not going to let you go without me there.
all right, but leave the kids.
But I will leave the kids.
All right. Okay. Well, in the second week, do you want to try to track down information? Well, they're not going to come until like what's Christmas in 2000?
I'm assuming they will come a little before, maybe stay a week.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I would think they would want to stay for the new year. Snows, big
Probably.
snows, big snows, you know.
Probably.
If it makes Florian happy, then Kasia.
Yeah, so it's probably like it's between the 11th and the 15th. They'll probably come between the 18th and the 22nd. So
Okay.
all right. So so you just did the 4th through the 8th, more or less. Got all this information. So
Yeah.
Rupert, you want to try again? As you guys plan and prepare.
Yeah, another like tech.
Yeah.
Two and a three. I'll push. Oh, a 10 and 11. Let's go.
Oh, 10 and 11.
That was good. You got right
That's
down
four.
to it.
That's four successes. Okay.
I hear all the sound waves.
You
Maybe.
are
Okay,
one
I am
radio.
sound.
It's opposed.
I am sound.
Watch, he will roll 2 12s.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
No, he's gonna roll 2 1s. 2 1s.
All right. So you definitely get some communication based on what like Gortner kind of. You did really well in the Kaush did really well in the interrogation with Gortner between the Czech. They're trying to look for these Czech people. The consensus is that they they've defected. Honestly, no one's gone out to go check it out because they don't want to waste any other resources. They don't have that many.
Hmm.
Um, then there is going to be there's a you get onto a channel, and with that roll, and I rolled in that position, and they don't even know you're. I don't know if that's would they know you're there.
He is the sound wave.
Yeah. All right.
And I can encrypt my own channels.
Okay. Yeah, with all that fun KGB tech that you found. Oh yeah, it's KGB tech.
Yep.
So they might think that Lubulin is listening in or something as a silent.
I
Anyway,
covered the tracks.
with a 10 to 12, you do intercept that. They tell you that the chess master is in position. We will send more troops to reinforce him. And then they say, "Well, do you think his disguise will work?" So and there's like a laugh. Well, Krakow is getting ready for Christmas. How can they won't be able to? They won't even realize it until it's too late.
Do we have a description of this guy, the chess master?
I don't know, unless you want to risk asking.
Well, I mean, I would ask Gortner if he knows what he looks like.
He doesn't. He just doesn't know what he looks like.
What, Skorsky?
Would Skorsky?
Would Lieutenant Skorsky have told us what he looks like?
You're gonna have to. That's gonna put him at risk, probably.
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, you can have. If you're with Volkov, maybe he's translating, right? Because it's in Russian.
Kasha speaks Russian.
I know.
More than likely.
But do you want to? I mean, the only way you have to ask a question. But I don't know. That could even maybe abort that. But you're so. I mean, they're gonna think you're someone else, right?
More than likely, yeah, but we just gotta play the part. I'll ask
Yeah.
Volkov to see if that's something that he thinks he can pull off, because if they know that we're tapping this line, I'm not sure what they're gonna do. They may change up plans, speed up 10 lines.
I think if you ask Volkov would say, we just need to find out who's playing chess around here.
Yep, I'm gonna say more than likely we check the parks or ask around. If someone's that strong of chess, they'll be practicing. They'll be studying. They'll be known.
We should go talk to Tanya.
Wouldn't hurt.
Yep. Okay.
Volkov wants to slap Rupert on the back and say, "Good job, normal German."
That's weird. Aren't you married?
Volkov?
Oh wait, no, Volkov. Volkov does this, not Katya. So yes,
Volkov.
I was very confused for a second.
It's Volkov.
All right. So
He's desperately trying to be friends with Rupert. He's not good at it, but he's trying.
I'll just give a thumbs up.
So Florian will come over to you and say, "Rupert, why don't you and I and Volkov go get beers at Nostrovia? You can bring their chess set."
Right, you can do it like as a persuasion roll, like just like streetwise, or recon.
What, for Volkov?
Just for you guys looking or listening in, trying to figure out who's playing chess, or if anyone knows anything.
Okay.
Persuade to like talk to people, recon to like look around or eavesdrop.
I'll re-roll the d12.
Yeah.
There,
that's a good one.
Right.
So.
Okay, Rupert. Well, okay. Anyone else want to roll, or do you want?
Well, choose.
Well, Volkov's there. Persuade. Is that Kasha or is that?
It's Kasha with a 7, and Volkov. He has an AC or a BB. Probably better to do the AC or the BB.
Recon is based off intelligence, right?
Right, he has an A, and he has a C in Recon. I would think. Let's go persuasion. It's BB. Better chance. And he got a 7 and a 7.
All right.
There's a lot of 7s going on over here.
Okay. All right. So finding out that information, which was from a pretty damn good roll, listening in, you do talk around and listen. It takes you about like 4 days to track down this guy, and you hear there's a guy who's a really good chess player. They call him Brother Paul. He's a wandering Franciscan monk from Austria.
And where is he now?
He's staying in the rectory at
the chapel.
He's staying at the rectory. He claims to be in this St. Mary's. Here's St. Mary's, by the way. In its prime. I don't know if it looks like that. It's probably not as clean and pristine. The Black Madonna is probably in lieu of one of those paintings there in the alcoves.
I would think closer up to the altar.
Oh, it's not going to be. Oh, well, I guess the crucifix is really high above, so maybe the Black Madonna is like that. Probably is like a representation of the Black Madonna. That one in the middle there. Anyway.
Okay. Anyways,
do I have a picture? I know I have a picture of the Black Madonna.
Well, while you're looking for the picture, Florian and Kasia and Rupert and Volkov, I think, will go to the chapel to find Brother Paul.
Yeah, here's the. This is the only. I probably need a better picture, but there's a picture of the Black Madonna. It's that one there. There's a better picture somewhere, I'm sure, but sorry.
That's okay. But I mean, Kasia would go and ask to speak to Brother Paul.
Oh, here we go.
There's the Black Madonna.
There's the Black Madonna. Dun dun dun.
There it is.
I'm sure I have a handout because I have it in here in the.
That's okay.
I have Inner Sanctum and Leo's map. Laura Calvaria aerial view.
Well, Kasia will ask around for Brother Paul. I am assuming Florian will talk to the Pope, maybe with Rupert and Volkov, and tell them about what they've heard about Brother Paul.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. So you want to talk to the Pope, or do you want to just like sneak in and find him?
Florian and Rupert and Volkov, I'm assuming, would talk to the Pope.
Okay.
And Kasia's gonna look around for Brother Paul.
Kasia is going to look around for Brother Paul?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think because she's former KGB. So if she finds him, she would ask him basically in KGB lingo, is the plan ready?
I mean, you can, but also a woman in a church where there's a lot of priests and
well, I mean, she goes
monks
frequently because she helps with the orphans.
Oh yeah, that's true. She probably would be the best contact then.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess the Pope John Paul. They actually have like a little picture of him in the Black Madonna, the fourth edition of Black Madonna book.
This is our Popey over here.
Yep. If it'll let me do this. Okay, so I guess he thinks that it's an audience to plan to talk about. He like shakes. He's happy to see Florian. He asks. He goes, "Oh, I do not know the two of you. I've heard of you." He asked Rupert and Volkov, He says, "Are you Catholic?" Volkov laughs, of course.
Volkov is my friend from Russia. He doesn't necessarily believe in Catholicism, but Eastern Orthodox, maybe. And Volkov will just shake his head and say, no, no.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Volkov's a religious man.
I believe in the ministry of vodka. What it can heal, it does. What it doesn't, I sleep off till the morning. That's my religion.
Maybe. And yes, Rupert.
I will respectfully decline, but no ill will.
So Lutheran then.
Protestant, but we won't go into there.
Volkov will say, once a long time ago since I'm here, and I guess I'm supposed to confess, that's what you all do in church. Once we took this one chapel and I was very thirsty and I drank the holy water. I didn't know any better. It was just
Rupert
water.
just puts his head down and then massages his temples a bit. Like,
well, I do not think you are here to make fun of me or be blasphemous.
No,
I am very happy, Florian, that your brother is coming. I do not think he's going to. He's planning to kidnap me. Isn't there a Pokemon Ball?
Well, last time I talked to him, Father, he accused me of stealing you from him, kidnapping you from him. We'll just say my brother and I have not exactly been close, but we're working on it.
It was brother Dimitri. How is Dimitri doing? Dimitri's probably still in Chestashini.
Dimitri will be back for the Christmas celebration.
Oh, that is good. It'd be good to see him.
It is always good to see you. I have a question for you, though. It seems as though
he says that he calls her sister, but she's not the nurse who helped with that.
Helps with what? Kylie or?
No, it's not Kylie.
We have lots of them here. There's. Let's see, not Diaz. Barrett?
Sergeant Barrett, yeah.
Christine Barrett?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Wilkins, Barrett, and then Dimitri, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the other guy, because I was sad that that Private Castillo passed away, sacrificed his life so we could escape.
You know?
Yep, Elvis Castillo. He's a redleg. Private Elvis Castillo. Isn't that a great name?
If you were American, you would think he never dies. They always seem to think Elvis is everywhere. Do they not? Do they still think that?
No, he's not on Earth anymore. The aliens took him back home.
I personally think that his parents were fans of Elvis Costello, but
could be.
Are you sure they weren't an Abbott?
No.
Abbott and Costello.
Tell me why I hate Mondays.
Anyways, Father, we do have a question for you. Maybe you can help answer. Mm-hmm. There's a brother Paul that came to help with the festivities.
Oh, brother Paul, yes, the Austrian.
Yes. I do not believe he is who he says he is.
Oh?
We have it on good authority that he is, shall we say, wearing a mask here.
Yes, I thought there's something odd about him. He asks many questions. He seems to be more interested in playing chess and touring the city than tending to duties that we have assigned him here.
Right, he is more interested in...
he claims to be Franciscan, but...
I do not believe that, Father. I believe he is here under the guise of being a chess master, and Brother Paul, I do believe he is working for the KGB in Lublin. We have heard from Lieutenant Skorsky that we should be wary. So please guard yourself and do not give him access to things, especially not the Black Madonna.
Oh, my guards are. It is almost. I hate to say it, but it is almost like a vigil. It is always guarded, though on display.
As you know, Father, I will give my life for the protection of that painting. It is my sacred duty. And Kasia understands.
Right. Let's see. All right, so Kasha, give me a recon roll.
Recon?
Yep, because you're like looking for him, right?
Right, so if I'm looking for him, I think...
I'm rolling physical dice.
I know. I'm looking.
Supposed
Okay.
recon.
Plus, yeah, I get +1. So AA instead of BA.
Wow.
Doesn't mean anything. I need to put
Oh.
it back now. Hold on. I don't know what it rolled. An 11,
11
and a 9.
Three successes.
11 and a 9. Yes.
All right. So he's in his room.
She will knock on the door.
All right. Well, anyway, so you're gonna knock on the door. So the other guy said, does the Pope says, do you want me to take you to him? What do you want us to do? That's Florian.
Well, Kasia is going to go locate him and see what information she can get. But having him under guard or in a cell would be better. He is only here for the bad. I feel as though he is trying to assassinate my brother yet again.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Yes, he is only family I have left outside of Kasia and our children.
Yeah. John Paul subconsciously touches his side, him being the subject of an attempted assassination. All right, this is him.
Okay.
Father Paul.
Brother Paul?
Brother Paul. Like Madonna away.
She would knock on the door, and when he answers, she would give him whatever.
He says, who is it?
She would give her code name. You know, she'd be like, this is Kasia. I am a lieutenant with the KGB. I am coming to check to make sure that all plans are exactly in the way that they are supposed to be. And you are not in need of anything else. I am assuming you have been quiet and talked to nobody else? Yes?
He hasn't answered the door yet.
I thought he did. That's why she was talking.
No, he hasn't answered the door. You're talking through the door.
Okay.
Give me your persuasion thing.
Again?
Well, that was your recon. So you snuck up on him, basically.
9 and an 8.
9 and an 8. Nice. Okay.
Can I come in and we talk face to face? It is not safe to do this through a door.
He kind of says some like code words, but since Rupert rolled a ridiculous roll, well, 4 successes above, then Rupert knows all this week's codes.
So you would have given them to Kasia?
Yeah, I'm right, Rupert. Unless you want Kasia to get killed.
Yes.
Yes to Kasia getting killed.
No, yes to the codes being given. However, Rupert holds a favor from her since she gave those up.
She stopped calling you Big Little.
All right. Well, the Pope's gonna.
You just did.
The Pope is gonna give you two guards, 2 of his Swiss guard, to go with Rupert, Volkov, and Florian to go get this guy.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Florian would say, give Kasia time to work really quickly.
You're putting your wife in danger.
You see Rupert just walk really slow.
She always puts herself in danger, Father.
All right, so this guy answers.
Mm-hmm.
This guy here.
Quick, let me come in. You've closed the door behind us. It is not safe here for you.
Because how did you know what is going on? He answers. He opens the door. He has his hand behind his back. One hand behind his back as he opens the door.
She'll put her pistol up to him and say, really want to do that? I am a lieutenant in the KGB. And Volkov is with me.
You're gonna draw your pistol?
That's the way the KGB is. She never leaves
in
without
the church?
it. No, she's in his room.
It's behind the church. It's in the rectory.
I know, but it's still holy ground. It's still the church grounds.
It was in her pocket.
Would he say that?
What?
So are we gonna draw? I guess we're gonna draw.
No, I mean, she would put her gun up to him and say, I am a lieutenant in the KGB, and she would show him her documents and her cards. You can put that away, or I will put you away. It is your choice. But you will lose. I do not appreciate inferiors being this way to me.
This is going to be a command roll.
Command out Akasha?
Yeah.
She only has an AB.
Well, it's better than him. He's got a C. 4 and a 5.
Can I push the D12?
Yes.
Or push both and take the higher?
You can push it. All right.
Well,
okay.
Still a success. The other one was higher, though. But
he's like, I am a lieutenant in the Spetsnaz.
Yes.
The KGB have disappointed us. Let's roll initiative.
She gets 2 cards.
Okay. I think you're going to beat him. Well, you beat him already.
She gets 2 cards.
Yep, 3. You see them? I put them up here instead of doing them.
No, I can't see them.
Are they on the wrong layer?
No, I have it blown up so that the people can see.
Okay.
Down here would be visible for them.
Okay. I mean, move the Pope. We'll give them center stage. I'll make him a little smaller. We roll cards in this game.
Draw them.
To draw cards. I was going to put you guys center stage, Amy.
Oh. I thought we were moving down there.
Right. And then you got Amy gets 2 cards because of a talent that she rarely uses.
Well, she normally doesn't have to.
Okay. All right, you go first. I rolled to oppose your command. I rolled a 9 and a 6. Apologies. All right.
Okay.
Shoot.
I don't know that she wants to shoot. She wants to grapple him if she can, or take the gun away.
So brawling. You're going to do brawling and grab his gun. He has a silenced P83.
All right, then she'll just shoot him. So she needs to roll close combat.
No, it's the ranged combat. What are you shooting him with? You have a pistol?
My pistol. Hang on. It is... She doesn't have the pistol on here? I have the shotgun, a grenade, a knife, and an AK-47, but I know she has the Soviet pistol.
Yeah, you could just roll close combat and we can figure it out. Wait, hold on. I'll tell you, you can fire, I think, it's probably rate of fire is 2 if you wanted to fire multiple shots. Do you have the big one or the...
The one that fits in her pocket, or actually it would be in her, like tucked into the back. She pulled it out.
Yep.
It's not a super effective weapon, but Or would you rather she just use the knife?
I don't. I mean, it's a PM. It's a PM, I guess,
The gun?
or the yeah. So damage is rate of fire is 2.
Okay. All right. So close combat, or you want me to put it on the?
It's range combat. Just do range combat, and then roll extra d6s if you're gonna roll 2 extra d6s if you're gonna go pop, 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 pop.
Okay. So ranged combat.
Range combat. Yep. No minuses.
It's a 2 and a 2. Can she push it?
You can push it.
Which makes no sense. She has a CB. She's better in close combat, but that's okay. Why is it? Okay.
Hit.
It's a 6 and a 6.
2 6s. That's nice. 2 6s.
And then
that's 2 hits.
2 more 6s?
Yep. 2 more d6s. Pushing it was worth it.
4 and a 3.
Okay. So 2. So that's going to be 3 damage. Roll hit location.
D10 or D6?
Is a d6 for hit location.
And then D10?
Yep. It's a crit.
4.
Body.
And a 3.
Okay. He's taking 3 damage. And body, he's got no armor on. How many hits can he take? 5. He can take 5. And the crit resolution.
What do you want me to roll?
No, I have to look at the table. So you hit him square in the chest. And a 3. Sorry, I gotta move. What is going on here?
Okay.
My PDF is acting dumb.
That's okay.
Trying to get to the crit place.
She will tell him to. It would be best if you dropped your gun.
You guys hear gunshots?
Florian's just gonna shake his head. I guess we have to go quicker
Rupert
now.
will walk faster than his slower pace that he had before. Now he's going to be slightly above.
Florian's not going to run. I mean, I think Florian would run.
Florian and Volkov are running.
Well, cracked pelvis.
Rupert will keep up pace with them.
Cracked pelvis. That's funny. All right. I'm going to roll his coolness under fire.
He's a priest. It's fine.
He what?
He's a priest. It's fine.
Suck it. God,
doesn't need it.
All right. He makes it. He's going to shoot back.
Yeah. When he's injured?
Yeah. He made his coolness under fire.
Now would be a good time to roll a 1, Carl.
Okay. Well.
Just requesting.
Careful. You might tempt fate and go the other way.
Oh, I'm not going to ask for a higher number.
C and
you could just say roll low. Keep it vague. Keep it
ominous.
Okay. Roll low.
There you go.
Like under.
Right. He hit 1 hit.
4.
In the.
One hit in the what?
3 hits in the 3 in the chest.
Three hits? You said 1.
I know, but I rolled the other 2d6s and I got 2 6s.
Well, she does have her flak jacket on.
Okay. Really? Okay, so it's not a. If she has her flak jacket, it's not a. It's just 2 hits,
Okay, so just 2 damage?
2 damage. Yeah, it's not a crit.
Yeah.
Well, actually, let me see. I think it's actually only 1 damage. So I think these have plus. Pistols are +1 armor, I think. Yeah, pistols are +1 armor, so 1 damage.
1 damage. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for all these other guys.
He's the only one in the room.
No, but the other guys are coming, so
Oh, Florian and Rupert.
Yeah.
And Volkov. Volkov would not be happy.
Yeah.
Florian's just going to kill him. Do you want me to roll for Florian?
no, I rolled a. Oh, Florian got an ace,
Yeah.
and Rupert got a 2.
So Florian.
So it's gonna be Florian, Rupert, Kasha.
I think Florian would just run in with
The
his
Pope got a-
knife and stab him. I would think.
Okay.
Because he's got a cracked pelvis. He can't really run away.
No, his mobility is messed up. All right.
And I think he has +1 modifier to all
Yeah.
close
He's gonna-
combat rolls
He doesn't know who.
for weapons
Yeah,
such as knives.
Yeah, he doesn't know who the hell you guys are, so he's gonna go. She's a KGB spy. She's trying to kill me. She's a KGB spy in Polish. She's trying to kill me.
Probably.
She says she sees Rupert, and he says it in German too. He's supposed to be an Austrian priest.
Okay, so instead of it being BB, it would be AB, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So Florian's gonna run up at him.
Oh, Florian is right at him. Running right at him, saying, I'm coming. And
you don't roll
10 and a 4.
Oh, 10
No,
and a 10.
I-
10 is 2.
Carl,
There's
I rolled
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shiv, the thing.
Yeah, so 10. So that's
Why did I roll so many?
I don't know. You put probably the auto was still on,
Oh,
but it's right. It's 3 damage. So roll. That's a crit. He doesn't have any armor. He's gonna go down for
so
sure.
2 D6s and a D10, or
A
what do you-
D6 and a D10.
2
Chest again.
and an
Oh.
8.
That's not good for him.
No. And Florian will look him right in the eyes and say, that woman is my wife.
8 torn intestines.
I can just envision Florian ripping him out. You wanted to kill my brother and my wife in the same day. Not
Right,
a
so
good
he-
idea.
He goes down. It's a good thing Kasha had her black jacket. All right.
Yeah.
Rupert, you see this guy go down as Florian kind of grabs him and like in the.
Is he? Is
In the
he?
stomach.
Rupert would just turn because the Pope is still there with him, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just Swiss guards, right?
Just a Swiss guard.
Oh no! There's 2 Swiss. The Pope is following up with the 2 Swiss guards. The Swiss guards are like.
I will
well,
run back.
They heard what you guys said, so they're not gonna.
Oh yeah, no, I got this. I'll run back and I'm like, I apologize, Your Holiness, but the situation has seemed to be diffused. Not sure if one of the Swiss guards is still going to move forward or both of them will, but I'll run back to try to.
They'll secure the scene, for sure. Volkov, I guess Volkov's gonna start looking around. He draws his carbine, his AK carbine thing.
Is Father Paul unalived?
No.
This-
He's got torn. He's gonna die in a stretch.
Florian would just slit his throat.
Seriously? Well, don't you have to roll for that?
No, he has that feat.
Are you sure? Wait, you don't want to try to get information?
Maybe. But you'd have to convince him not to. Volkov would have to tell him not to.
All right. Well,
'Cause he
Florian
does-
went, so now it's Rupert's turn, and he's gonna stop.
Isn't it cautious?
It's Kasha's turn now. Yeah, but I
Kash-
don't know. Rupert, are you done? Well, Rupert just turned around and was talking. I don't know if he wants to do anything else.
Rupert will do that, then because it's just like his bedroom, right? It's just his quarters there behind the door.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go in and try to find radio equipment or find some other
Oh,
communication
nice.
devices.
Okay. Yeah, you could do a
Yeah.
recon roll for that.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Kasha will put her hand up to Florian and say, "He's got a stomach bug. We should take him to the hospital for treatment."
Nice.
A
Yeah, you
7
find
and an 8.
two successes. So you find his communication gear under the bed, of course, right?
Good job,
Nice.
Mr. German.
And then I'll show that, and then more than likely it's going to be set to the KGB frequency that we found.
Yeah.
But we
Well,
can
it's like
use that.
it's like a in a duffel, and then like
Mhm.
a small metal container in the duffel, which has like extra. He actually has a Scorpion, like a submachine gun as well.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
also with a silencer. This P-83 has a silencer on it.
Wow. Rupert would just say, like, man, Catholics get crazy. Keep-
He's definitely not Catholic, right? I mean,
I am not
Oh.
Catholic.
he's a
Neither is
that's not a-
Rupert. He
that's not a
doesn't
spy.
judge.
All right, so you're gonna try to get him to the hospital, or you want to try to triage him here?
Kasha will triage
He's at
him here.
mobility -2, stamina -1, and there's a chance that he probably, because his stomach is all torn up, he might get an infection.
Well, she only has to stabilize him enough, right, to interrogate him?
Yeah, the cracked pelvis is, So yeah, so
She'll roll her medical, just enough to get him stabilized so she can talk to him.
I think you made. I think
8
it's
and a 2.
Let me see what critical. I hope you don't need. I think you just need 1. Let's see. Stabilizing crits. 1 or more medic must be rolled. Medical equipment gives you a bonus. Okay.
Does she need to roll something else? Because she is a combat medic.
Okay. So
She also has a +1 on her medical aid for helping an incapacitated character get back up. No effect on treating.
all right, so the medical roll takes the same amount of time to perform as the time limit of the critical injury. So 1 round stretch shift. So you're there trying to patch him up, keep him from bleeding out. So you succeeded. So the time limit of your crit is increased 1 category. So now it becomes a shift.
So we have time to transfer him to the hospital.
So you have time to you have time to transfer him to the hospital and try to help prevent infection.
What Florian wants to do is see if there's a rope around that he can throw over him,
Okay.
and either he or Volkov will pick him up and run him to the hospital.
Yeah, you can take to your compound. Your compound has a medical
Yeah,
bay. Okay.
yeah.
So you can. All right.
And if anybody else will just say that, sorry, out of the way, Brother Paul has a very bad stomach ache. He needs help.
All right. Volkov's going to help Rupert, I guess. If we need to. I mean, he asked the question. Do you think there are any more? Well, I guess. Who's going to help Kasha take him, or is she going to call for like an ambulance or ask someone to get an ambulance?
Well, she would
Would
have.
the Swiss Guard be able to help him?
Yeah,
one of the Swiss guards?
Yeah,
The Swiss guards could take him to the hospital
Yeah. Okay.
because Kasha doesn't need to go. He's stabilized. She's got the others there.
Well, it'll be good
What?
to have somebody with him, though.
You
Well,
need to
yeah.
go. You need to go to finish the surgery, unless you're going to leave it up to.
Well, no, but I'm
Right.
saying she's not going to carry him. They can carry him, take him
Yeah.
there. Yeah, she'll go.
Does someone want to do medical on Kasha, or no? She's not going to worry about it.
She'll worry about it when she gets to the hospital.
Okay. So they're going. You guys are going to.
And then I could pull up Kylie Kylie or Wilkins, or who would you say is on duty? Probably both of them, right?
Well, Barrett's there. Oh no, what happened to Kasha?
I don't know.
Where'd they go?
I don't know what you did with them. What'd you do with them?
I don't know. I just moved them to here. I don't know what happened to Kasha.
Yeah. I
I
don't.
have to grab her from somebody else, somewhere else.
I don't see Barrett on here.
She's towards the bottom.
I see Wilkins. Oh, there's Justine. Okay.
I'm just grabbing.
Let's see. She'll
You guys are
push.
here at the
She'll push
church.
it. She'll push it. She's not as good as Kylie. She got an 8 though.
All right, so he is stabilized.
That was for her.
Oh, for Kasha. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So Kasha's fine.
Because you said that someone had to stabilize Kasha, so
Oh, not stabilize her, just treat her.
just treat her. Or do you want that treatment to go for the other? If you want that treatment for Justine to go to him, that's fine. And then I'll have Kylie do medical on her.
Okay.
See, I gotta find Kylie Fuentes.
Rupert, what do you? Well, that's going to take the whole rest of the shift to actually do surgery on him.
10 and an 8.
Oh, yep. So he's going to be stabilized. That's 3 successes.
Yeah, either way, everybody's successful.
Yep.
But he will also be chained to the bed. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's 2. Yeah, you could drug him up, and it's going to take like for the pelvis. I guess you could treat the pelvis too. This can be like 4 days.
Well,
for the intestinal thing.
Kylie and
be like 6
Kylie
days.
and Justine are doing that.
Yeah. So that's 6 in pelvis.
I'm assuming Kasha just has like a bullet wound on her arm or just got shot in the arm. She's probably fine.
She got shot in the chest, so it's more like bruising.
Yeah, she's fine.
All right, so he's still injured but stable now. All right, so you get his real name.
What's his?
His real name is Lieutenant Pavel Gulashev.
Gulashev. Well, that sounds KGB. Rupert will turn on, I guess, the little radio, see if there's any chatter, since they saw.
Got a lot of books on chess as well.
He would also take a look at the books as well as the chess set, see if there's any kind of dead drops or kind of transmission between the two.
Right.
And then, but trying to turn on the radio, see if there's any chatter. Since now that John Paul's now leaving the church, see if any of his cohorts are talking, or try to see if there's anything nearby.
Have Volkov give me a.
What do you want?
You can give me a recon roll for Volkov.
Would you like a tech roll for Rupert too, or no?
What is he trying to do?
He's going to be on the radio to listen for chatter. See, since John Paul left the church, see if there's any of his cohorts, if there are any in the church, would be talking. Try to notify people.
Oh, Brother Paul. Yeah, 12 and a 7.
Okay. Okay. Apparently, I guess he was acting alone. Volkov was very sure he's looking around, making sure he's pretty contained. He doesn't see anyone like running off or anyone with a role like that. They're like, I guess he and the other, with the gunshots fired, more of the of John Paul's staff are coming. So Volkov is directing them to like look around, make sure. But apparently he was alone. Even the random encounter suggests that he was by himself. Okay.
Oh, that's good. Guess he wasn't acting on a higher authority, which is good. Surprisingly doubtful for a brother
Well, he's
for a priest.
he's an undercover lieutenant. He's probably
hmm
there to set things up and make sure they can get close.
hmm
So that probably suggests that the other people aren't here yet.
Yeah. But that means they might be coming, so we
Or they
should
might
be
be coming.
vigilant.
Yep. So go ahead and Rupert, go ahead and do. Yeah, I guess it's a tech roll. I mean, as you're looking, I'll just
hmm
have it like your research
Yep.
tech roll here, your library research. Nice. Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
I am the library. I am sound.
So there's 5 other troops are supposed to be coming up the river, or from the river, disguised as merchants. They're supposed to get here. You find out everything. They're supposed to get there next week sometime, like Wednesday.
Okay.
But we can stage an ambush for them, though, right?
Yep. How about
Yeah,
I say
although
that
it
would
might
be the
be-
best idea.
But it might. I mean, unless you try to bait them in, right? I'm sure they're supposed to communicate with Father Paul at some point.
hmm But hopefully by then we'll be able to talk to him about when they were supposed to check in and whatnot.
He's stable.
Yeah.
I mean, Kasha can ask him.
Right, so Florian, Kasha, Volkov, and Rupert were going to go pick up. What's his name though?
Yes.
Next week. Okay, so you can talk to Father Paul this week, I guess,
Yeah.
but you could probably take a break.
We can
so I
also
refill my coffee.
we can also have the general talk to him too, because
Right.
I don't think the general will be quite pleased that he's trying to put a damper on the party.
Or Pope John Paul.
Yes.
You can talk to him if you want.
Alrighty. Well, we'll be right back for our listeners and viewers. Paused.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, I can probably just a simple persuasion with Gulashev to turn him. It does say Gulashev is probably the most approachable of the Spetsnaz officers. That doesn't mean he's easy to bribe, merely that he's more inclined to listen than shoot. Of course, when a gun is pointed at him. He can dish it out, though. He's a nationalist. He loves his country and wants to see it victorious. However, he's begun to wonder, to himself, of course, just exactly what victory means these days. So,
All right.
give me that persuasion, whoever's doing it.
Oh. We'll just suffice to say it was effective. 10 and a 2.
Yeah, 10 is 2 successes. Okay, yeah. All right, so he's surprised that you saved him. I guess the Pope is there too. He admonishes him, but gently. I guess I should have given you a bonus dice, but you're already at AA, right?
Yeah,
So-
plus I get bonuses, but how am I supposed to go up from an AA?
I mean, we could do like a D20, right?
You want me to roll a d20?
I mean, not
So that A plus plus.
yeah, like A++, or we can because we were on roll 20, we could even do it by increments of 2, right? Like in Savage Worlds, like D12 plus 2, so a D14, a D16.
So what do you want her to
That's
roll?
fine. It's fine. We don't need to. You got 2 successes.
She got a 10 on a 12.
But you could have rolled 2 D14 also, because for Pope John Paul being there to help, and then that's fine. You got it anyway. So yeah, that'd be a house rule. But they're like I've seen some of the stuff with supernatural creatures, and they give them a, or I think like in Blade Runner uses the same system. That's an idea, Blade Runner. It's an investigative game.
Back to the game. Back to the game.
But I think like some creatures would have a D20 or whatever. Okay. Yeah. So I guess he'll cooperate. He feels that he's shocked at your mercy.
Well, Kasha will tell him, look, I was a sparrow in the KGB, and I also am a captain in the Polish military. The one that you are trying to hurt here, Julian, is my brother-in-law. I cannot allow it. But we have given you mercy because you were in God's church and the Pope made us do it. Also, because I think you can probably call this all off.
Call it off? I don't know. It says, for whatever reason, Fedorenko, he wants to finish what he started. It was him who gave the order. Our commander of the Spetsnaz, he says there's 36 men in 6-man teams that are around the area. They're sending a team to disrupt the negotiations between Cilicia and Krakow. And Fedorenko wants to finish what he started when he gave the order to assassinate. But I do not know where he is. Somewhere.
And what happens if you do not check in?
They will abort the mission, or they will reimagine it with Fedorenko maybe taking my place if I do not check in.
So maybe that's the angle we need to take.
And our leader is Nikolai Volkov,
What about you?
who's also very ruthless and, he would say, fanatical.
We have our own Volkov.
Yes, I've heard.
Yes.
We learned that that Gortner was compromised, and that you Krakow people took out the 20th or made it ineffective.
Gortner is here. We also showed him mercy.
Volkov is trying to recruit any remnants that have fled from Shistashini.
And are you wanting to stay with them, or are you wanting to turn and stay with us?
I think I'm rethinking my decisions.
If you want to stay with us, we can put you to rehabilitation here.
Yeah, I do got to check for his infection, though. But he's got a 12 in strength. But it's going to be 12, 10. He's got medical care, so it's going to be 8. He doesn't have stamina. All right, well, he doesn't get an infection. All right.
Well,
I rolled a 6.
we have antibiotics.
Yeah, but he doesn't. You're able to treat him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rest here for Christmas. But I can send word to Lieutenant Skorsky that your body was found here. You can change your name and stay here if you wish. However you wish to play this, I will help you.
I do not. The operation is in motion. I do not know if they will replace. You have time enough to replace me with Captain Fedorenko or Major Volkov.
And if you check in, will they still come down?
Yes.
And you know the plan? You could tell us the plan?
Oh, he also learned that Volkov pretends to his goods as an alias as Major Steve Wolf.
Okay.
He's probably up there with the Americans, and Fedorenko is not subtle. Yeah, well, he's willing to. I guess he's willing to sell them out. At least that will delay any future plans. That's not to say that they won't keep trying.
If we don't get to them first.
This is true.
Because if Major Steve Wolf, aka Volkov, is with the Americans, you're talking about the Americans near Cilicia?
Because although I can tell you that there is a rivalry between Volkov and Fedorenko, and Fedorenko is an ambitious man, if you know what I mean.
Yes. But Volkov is with the Americans near Cilicia?
No, the Americans northwest, probably northwest. I suspect. I do not know, but with the Americans northwest of Cilicia.
That's what I just asked him. All right.
Oh, one as a side note, do you ask any of your American contacts about the A10 or mention that to them, Rupert?
I don't. Well, probably wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume you'd tell Reed and Garcia and them.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll tell Reed and whatnot.
Well,
so
Reed and
he can-
Garcia are gone, but you can tell. Talk to that one dude,
Mhm.
Yeah, the one that
the CIA guy.
Yeah, the CIA guy.
Yeah. Well, he says you're welcome.
Oh, so he called him in.
He says yes. Well, you gave us reset. We need to protect it because there's a small force in Vienna or near Vienna. They don't have much. Do not think that that's going to happen all the time. They do not have much fuel.
Got it.
In fact, perhaps in the spring we could think about trading across the Carpathians. But now that we have to deal with these Czech forces.
But do you know what the I guess I'll read out to him to see if the operation's been snuffed or if there's more to it at play. Because we're finding out that there might be more people still coming, not just the ones that they stopped.
There hasn't been any movement from
Okay.
Czech forces as far as I know.
Got
I think you scared them, and they think he kind of corroborates that they think that these people defected,
Got it. Okay.
took their T-72 and ran. So they don't even know.
I wouldn't know anything about hijacking a tank.
You've only done it a couple times.
I never did such a thing. That was all Reed.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I think Kasha would call the general in to tell him what she's learned about where the major is and everything, and she would also contact Julian.
Yep.
And let him know northwest of Silias there's a group, and Major Steve Wolf is also Volkov, and he was ordered to kill you. It might be in your best interest.
Well, no, Fedorenko was the one who gave the order.
Right, but Volkov was ordered to kill him, right?
Well, I mean, I guess from
Fedorenko told Volkov to kill Julian, correct?
other way around. No, so Volkov isn't the head of the Spetsnaz, SSD 1109,
Okay.
but Fedorenko is the one who gave the order. It probably was an argument, especially since it didn't work. Well, I mean,
So Volkov wants to kill Julian. Or he was
I'm
just
sure they
ordered
both-
to. You're being very confusing because you told me Captain Fedorenko
right?
told Volkov to go kill Julian.
No, it's the other way around. Well, no, it's not that. Sorry. There was a plan to assassinate Julian.
Yes.
I'm sure it seems from Gulashev that Volkov said, no, that's probably not a good idea. Then we won't be able to even negotiate or get in there. And then Fedorenko assured him it would work, and it didn't. So there's definitely like an argument there. So Fedorenko gave the final order. And maybe it was one of the triggermen. But it failed. Right. So now they're persona non grata in Cilicia.
But we're still going to
So that-
tell Julian that there's a force northwest of Silias led
Yeah,
by
I mean-
Major Steve Wolf that needs to be eliminated.
Well, he's an American, but then if you explain, he's like,
Not really an American. He is pretending to be one. The Americans were called home, by the way.
yes, I've heard. We intercepted something going through. That's good. They're leaving for Germany.
Yes.
All right.
I know you have special forces that you could send over there to eliminate the problem.
Well,
But the one that is most likely,
no one's going to do anything until spring anyway.
right, the one that is most likely, the one that had your son killed is Fedorenko.
says noted.
I will
Are we
see.
we are still planning. Is everything okay?
Everything
then?
is good. We have, shall we say, put a lid on these problems. Because it is Christmas. My wife has made cookies.
Okay.
And we
Well,
found a Christmas tree.
because oh,
And
and you're having a moose feast, the roast feast.
we're having roast moose for Christmas dinner with
A side of
boar.
boar.
With boar. It will be a feast for the ages.
And we will be bringing some venison.
Mm.
It'll be a feast. He's just like when Mama and Papa did it.
Yes. And Kasia has presents for you.
Okay.
So she
So
says.
are you guys gonna? You can have the general says he can take care of these Vetsnaz if you want to have them come into an ambush. You don't have to worry about that.
Yes, that's what we want.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you want them eliminated or captured?
That is up to them.
We would like to have some captured for questioning, just to verify, make sure there's nothing else, and then, but I mean, only a few number will talk. So I'll leave it up to your discretion.
All right. Yeah, you get all the info. If you want Gulashev to if you can protect him,
We can protect him.
because perhaps I really do like the Brother Paul persona.
Well, not really supposed to carry knives and guns in church.
You're not going to give me my gun back?
Not yet. I don't think you're well enough to be handling it at the moment.
No, it's going to take him some time. Okay, let me just roll. See if there's anything happens on the road. Probably not.
A 2 of clubs. Spades
clubs.
is usually bad.
Clubs and spades are usually bad. But low things aren't that.
Get a flat tire. I'm assuming Rupert is driving and Volkov are driving, or one of Volkov's men is probably driving.
Rupert will be driving his vehicle, and then probably Volkov will probably be driving one of the other ones, because we brought 3, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, just a couple. Yeah. Because
I rolled a stat encounter that would happen during a camp, so nothing happens.
okay.
All right. 2 clubs is a camp encounter. Okay, so it goes without incident. You collect them.
Nice.
A couple days later,
when Florian sees them and they pull over, can he get out and go up and offer to hug his brother and see if he'll hug him this time?
he'll do a side hug, but Maria gives him a full hug.
Kasia will give big hugs to Maria.
Our kids, the kids look a little confused, but they don't really know who you guys are.
Well, they would know Uncle Florian. They were old enough to know.
They would know
him.
Florian. Yeah, they'd know Florian.
And they would know Kasia was around them at the house with the parents.
I don't know about that.
Well, she would go there with Florian.
Maybe
not all at the same time, but she was at Florian's house.
I think they might have been too young. They don't remember her. There's been a lot of trauma. They remember him.
I was going to say, they should remember Uncle Florian.
Yeah. Okay.
From all the pictures.
All right. And
his older son would have known Kasia. Well, they would know her as Aunt Maggie, not Kasia. And she would tell Rupert, who's shooting?
You guys are being shot at.
Why are we being shot at?
I'm kidding.
I thought you said it was uneventful.
It is uneventful. I'm just doing the other thing,
Now this is eventful though.
the firefight. I just want to
But
see what
it rolled 2 of the dice.
Well, oh, so they got
We're
they
getting
got
better.
coolness under fire.
Oh, that's the ones that the general's taken out.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's see how.
It got 2 dice in the chat there.
Oh yeah, that's weird. So the D6 is rolled fine, right?
2 of them. Not all of them. That's funny. They're getting there. They must be fixing it.
Maybe.
That's all right. It hasn't affected it. It's adding to the mysticism. So for our viewers, you got a 5, a 3, a 1, a 4, a 6, a 4, and a 5.
Oh,
and
wow. Okay.
Now you got a 1 and a 3.
Yep.
Okay, now we got another one here.
That's
so
1. That's 3.
6, a 4, 1, 4, 2, 2, 1.
But it's 3. That's 3 damage.
And another one.
4. 3 damage.
7,
4. 3, 4.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Okay. Well, that's 2 of those guys.
I think they're following orders, Rupert.
Looks like it.
You know, it's too close for Christmas for them to do stuff like this. It is not nice.
Wow. Like these guys can't recover. I think they're gonna get like annihilated here. Oh. So heads down.
1 and a 2, so 2 misses.
Yeah.
4
That's
and
an
an
8.
8.
That's 3 more, so that's 10. All right, it's 2 guys down
Out of how many?
out of 5.
So there's 3 left, or there's...
Yeah. Right, they finally can fire back.
They hit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because you guys see your second hand about this fight. They took him by surprise. It took them a while to try to fight for their lives. All right, but they sent 2 Polish squads down there to deal with them.
That one
One,
hits.
2, 3, 4 damage. Okay. Another coolness under fire. Jeez, man.
3 and a 3.
They're pinning him down.
4
Yuck.
and a 1.
Yeah,
They're just playing with them now.
I know. And now they're just playing with him. All right, 1,
Well, that's
2,
a hit.
3, 4, 5 more. All right, just 1 more dude down.
So there's 1 left. A 9. He
Gonna
still wants to
fire back.
fight.
Nothing. Oh, well, the Polish guys have to cool us under fire now.
Bless you.
Or 1 squad. Another squad.
That one's
They
still
maintain.
up.
That one's still up.
5 and a 1. So 1 hits.
Not a hit, though.
The 5 doesn't hit.
5 doesn't hit.
They're still up.
All right. I think they're going to try to flee. One of them is injured.
They got an 8 and a 10.
So one's going to try to flee. One's going to stand fight. Cover him. That doesn't work. And the mobility guy. All right. So
6.
he tries. I don't know if we'll see. All right. So 2 more sets of fire. The guy who was holding back, he's gone.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, and the other guy, they're going to give chase. Yep,
They catch him.
they catch him. So if they don't kill him, he's going to surrender. But he's done.
But they got an
1,
8
2,
on
3,
the
4, 5. Yeah,
AKM.
yeah, he's done. All right. Well, you hear that one guy almost got away, tried to flee, but they took him. So
He's not running no more.
no survivors.
Oh, he is unalived.
Okay. All right. So I would say, I mean, with hearing that, then the assassination attempt is averted. You guys have a wonderful feast
Mm-hmm.
at the compound. The Pope gives a amazing Christmas mass. Who am I going to roll for?
What are you trying to do?
Let's see.
Who gets the wishbone?
No.
Rupert and Volkov can pull the wishbone.
Julian's got a smart guy. He's got an A intelligence.
Who? Who does? Julian?
Yep. So who's negotiating for Krakow?
Probably Kasia, because she has an AA.
All right. So AA.
Persuasion?
Yep. Nice. Okay. I rolled a 12 too, so it's a
Can I
there is an agreement in place, at least an alliance
Mm-hmm.
in place. The Pope gives mass. People see the Black Madonna. Yep. So I think things are looking better for southern Poland. What does Rupert think all about all this?
People practice different ways. They'll just show respect, and he may not attend the mass, or if he does, he'll probably be in the back, just quiet.
Yep. You see that the CIA guy's there, Cherwinski or something like that, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He attends.
I guess he is Catholic, maybe.
Well,
Does he
respect also?
Okay, I'm gonna say, does he participate within the mass, or does he just stand and watch, kind of like how I am?
Yeah, he kind of stands and watches. One guy who does participate is that guy, Gustav Walkowitz, the guy who's a Nazarene, the contact for through the DIA. So he and his men are there. Yeah, it's a very, I guess, what is it? Not enlightening isn't the word. Inspiring experience.
Got it.
Right. So I wonder see if there's any like a what if here in what's going on.
Oh, they're playing. Can Volkov lean over to Rupert and say, "Look at that beautiful woman above the altar. Have you ever seen the like?"
I think the priest is still talking.
They're always talking. I'm only here for the donuts and the wine.
Yeah, what happens next is pretty cynical. That's funny.
What's cynical?
You don't want spoilers.
No, I know. Sorry, spoilers. No, it's like I'm looking at the what happens next in the Black Madonna book, the new one. It's quite cynical, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Oh, they're actually having one of the Swiss Guardsmen, which is kind of nice. We protect the Pope. Marco Bernasconi.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Well,
I'm assuming
interesting.
Kasha and Ren would take the children up for communion.
Yeah. So what happens at Christmas dinner? Is there anything exciting that happens at Christmas dinner? I
Well,
mean, yeah.
yes, all kinds of fun stuff. Kasha um, made moose,
Hmm. A
she
moose moose.
moose. She made
So.
some moose jerky for presents for people, but then she has a little box for Julian and for Maria
Hmm.
because she said that last time she visited Florian's home with her parents, she loved the pictures of them as a family, so she took it back to with her to Poland and then to Russia and made copies of it because her intention was to send it to everybody, but she framed it so the whole family,
Oh.
including their son that is now unalived.
Yep. Well, that's very touching. Rupert, do you give any gifts to anybody
Well, she gave Rupert moose jerky.
that he helped track down?
Huh?
That he helped track down and kill? In
I was on the
Yes.
hunting party.
Yep.
She made cookies.
I guess Rupert would give some trinkets. I guess he would make in the shop, like ornaments, stuff like that.
Oh, fun.
Little, I guess, noisemakers for the kids, kind of like, the ones that have the stick with the
Oh,
little
fun, yeah.
sidebar that clicks as you
Yeah.
spin it around. So he'll make something like that. That's simple for the kids.
Oh, that's fun.
That's
They're
cool.
not hard to make, but they are entertaining.
Kashi wants to nudge Rupert a little bit and say, if you want to have fun, you can give this envelope to Florian for his Christmas gift.
Maybe it's best to come from the person who's giving the gift.
Oh, you don't.
I don't want to be caught in the middle of something.
It's not in the middle.
Oh yeah. So Kozakowski, that's the name of the guy.
Ah. Anyways,
The Alexander Kozakowski. So he does talk to Rupert. He says we need to get these plans, or that prototype out to the West, the real West. I mean, I don't. Seems something is changing here in Poland. They seem to be kicking out the Soviets, at least here in southern Poland. I'll try to do what I can here to
The question
make
is
an alliance across the Carpathians. It's not like Austria is in any great shape, nor is Germany.
Nowhere may be safe, but it may be best to keep this moving.
Yeah. So maybe Germany, see what's there, get it to the army headquarters there, or with the remnant of the government, or France. I hear France is relatively stable.
We'll know more once we start heading that direction.
Yeah, we can only figure that out if we have boots on the ground. So maybe in the spring.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
If your
to start
group
moving
is willing
to the
to
west. I know some of us will be. I'm not sure how many will go, but I know some of us will be leaving.
Yes, I've heard that a group of Americans already left. Hopefully they made it.
Only time will tell.
All right. So I guess we'll end it. So Florian opens the letter.
Ooh.
And what's his command, Amy?
What's Florian's command?
What's his empathy?
His empathy?
Mm-hmm.
Why does he have to be empathetic? It's a C.
It's a C? Okay. Oh, but my dice under the table. He can't hold it in. He starts crying.
So
he goes over and hugs Kasha. He's crying.
Yeah. So
everyone looks perplexed. Maria says, "Kasha, what is going on?"
But you've met two of our children, but not the one I carry.
So everyone, I guess, gives you congratulations.
Yeah.
Volkov says, "I did not know you had it in you, Ghost of Chestashova."
I am still a man.
I mean, no one did either. That's where the announcement was made.
So everyone kind of laughs, gives a toast,
Yeah.
and yay, we'll call it there. You have to get Pope John Paul to baptize the child in 9 months.
Yeah.
So
But doesn't Florian have a suggestion for the name?
no, I don't know. You tell us the name. I don't remember.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. Go ahead, Amy. You're the
Florian,
player.
Florian, in honor of Jonesy, would like to name their child Hammond.
Oh,
Nice.
it's nice.
Cool.
Hammond Filipovich.
Well, thank you. This is the end of like season 1 of Tales of the Free Krakow Coalition.
Only 5 years.
It was a nice little firefight.
Mm-hmm.
Firefight off camera. An agreement, an alliance between Silesia and Krakow. So we'll see where that goes. Libulin has problems. They may be a foil. There's Spetsnaz and KGB elements still out there to the northwest. The north has to be sort of consolidated still in the spring. I'm sure there's marauder bands, ex-remnants of the 20th and all that. If they survive the winter, it could be an issue. But right now there's a peace on southern Poland. Thanks a lot in part to the Free Krakow Coalition.
And the Pope.
Yeah, and the Pope.
And the Pope.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments?
I don't think so.
Oh, fun as always. Great story. It's kind of nice to see how everything kind of went with this one, from carrying with Jonesy all the way down to Rupert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Well, Rupert is going to have further adventures
Mm-hmm.
at some point as he continues to try to push or get Operation Reset to NATO. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
He's Uncle Rupee now.
For some.
All right, good stuff.
I thought Americans would be the only one with nicknames, but here we are.
Well, everyone's like uncle or cousin or whatever.
No, I get that, but Rupee, not Rupert.
I don't know.
How is a
Yeah.
little kid? A little kid is not going to be able to say Rupert. Not as little as they are.
You might say Uncle Rupp.
Uncle Rupp.
Rup, rup. But that's how
Volkov would say just call him Big Little German. He loves it. All right. Well, thanks guys for playing. Thanks for making this memorable.
Thank you.
And
Thank
to
you.
our listeners, thank you guys for following. We have a few followers for more than a few followers for Twilight 2000.
Mhm.
And until next time, good night and good rolling.
Bye.
Bye.
And it is ended.